Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Alexi and this is Soto-Tek. In this video, I want to do a specs comparison between the Google Pixel 6 Pro released in October last year and the Galaxy S10 5G released 3 years ago. I'm pretty sure some of you are already thinking that the choice is obvious, leaning heavily towards one of them, but it might not be necessarily that obvious. Of course, it will also depend on your personal liking and needs. Let's start with the screen size, type, and resolution. They both have around the same size of different type of AMOLED screen, with also a slight difference in terms of resolution. The Pixel 6 Pro comes with the variable 120Hz refresh rate, unlike the S10 5G with just 60Hz refresh rate. But, as I've said many times before, it's not a deal breaker for me and I'm perfectly fine with the 60Hz refresh rate, but it might be a deal breaker for you. You might see the extra smoothness I haven't been able to see so far based on my own user experience. It might be more apparent with high graphic and demanding games, but I'm not really a gamer and I'd rather have a longer battery life at 60Hz refresh rate. They are both made of glass back with aluminum frames. I'm personally not fond of glass back, but that's something that can be sorted with a plastic or silicone case. The power button and volume keys are on the right on the Pixel 6 Pro. The Galaxy S10 5G has the power button on the right and the volume keys and BSB buttons on the left. The S10 5G has the SIM card tray and one of the microphones at the top. The Google Pixel 6 Pro also have one microphone at the top, but the SIM card tray on the left. At the bottom, they both have another microphone, one of the speakers, USB Type-C port, but the S10 5G also has the headphone jack. They both have another speaker in the earpiece for stereo sound. Storage. The base model on the Pixel 6 Pro is 128GB and 256GB on the Galaxy S10 5G, with the Pixel offering 12GB of RAM for all its models and 8GB of RAM in the case of the S10 5G. No expandable memory on either, sadly. They are both IP68 water and dust resistant. Battery capacity. The Pixel 6 Pro has a 5003 mAh battery capacity with support for 23 watts fast charging. The S10 5G has 4500 mAh battery capacity with support for 25 watts fast charging. They both support wireless and reverse wireless charging. In my own experience, the battery life is about the same on both, to be honest, without using the 120Hz refresh rate on the Pixel 6 Pro, despite the Pixel having a slightly bigger battery. Unlocking methods. The Google Pixel 6 Pro has two unlocking methods, PIN number and under display fingerprint sensor, which in my case works really well. The S10 5G has 5 unlocking methods including Face ID and also a very reliable under display fingerprint sensor. In terms of OS updates, they are both on Android 12, with the S10 5G also adding Samsung One UI 4.1 on top. The Pixel 6 Pro will get some more OS updates, while Android 12 was the last update for the Galaxy S10 5G. though it will continue getting security updates for a while. When it comes to the processors, the Pixel 6 Pro comes with the Google Tensor chip and the Galaxy S10 5G with the Exynos 9820 or Snapdragon 855 depending on the region. This one is Exynos. Let's continue with this quick speed and RAM management test. In terms of gaming, they are fine for most games. Once again, I'm not a big gamer and I don't really play too many high graphic games like PUBG or Genshin Impact, for instance. So, for some of the games I occasionally play, they are fine. You might notice some frames drops and stutters after a long gaming session, as well as both getting a little bit warm as expected. Maybe the Pixel 6 Pro a little bit more, but I haven't been able to measure that properly. Now, let's talk about the cameras because this is where things get a little bit disappointing. When it comes to pictures, they can be very close for the most part, though I think the Pixel 6 Pro could produce slightly more appealing shots, especially with the selfie camera. Now, video recording is where the S10 5G has the advantage, and not precisely because it produces better images, but because it doesn't overheat like the Pixel 6 Pro. It is far more reliable. It is a shame the Pixel has this issue because the image quality and stabilization that can produce before overheating and crashing is very, very good with both with the rear and the front-facing camera, but it is not reliable. Check out my full camera comparison between these two phones and judge by yourself. To conclude, which one to buy? Well, check out this list of highlighted specs for both phones and get your own conclusions based on your own needs and likings. Okay, this is all for this video. See you in the next one. Hasta la vista.